Vicky Almeida. I am a drum major for the Forest Hills Marching Band, and I'm also an intern for the Forest Hills Foundation for Education. Welcome to the Forest Hills Foundation for Education Facebook Live event. Woo!
Welcome everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining us from the small pod party. Oh, let me get close to the microphone. I'm getting keys here. Hello everyone. I'm Dee Stone. I'm the executive director of the Forest Hills Foundation for Education. It's going to take me a minute to get used to this microphone. Welcome to the Forest Hills Foundation virtual fundraising live stream event. Thank you for joining us from your small pod party, from the comfort of your couch or a different outdoor venue. We have a few here joining us live from Big Ash Brewery. That was the Forest Hills Marching Band drumline. With that introduction, we want to thank them, and Vicky Almeida, who's the drum major. She is also our Forest Hills Foundation intern. She's a senior at Turpin High School, and she organized that, so thank you to them. Next, we want to thank Big Ash Brewery for hosting this live stream event for us. They we didn't really, when we came up with this, obviously we had to pivot. The word of 2020 is pivot. We had to pivot. Usually we would be at doing a big gala with lots of people in a room, and we didn't do that this year. As many of you know, you're watching from your small pod parties, and we want to thank all those hosts that agreed to have people over to their homes in small groups and do it this way, so thank you. So anyway, we decided we were going to have small pod parties and do a virtual live event. I really didn't know what I was doing. I came to an event here at Big Ash, and they said they did Facebook Live events. So I asked Dave Emery, the managing partner, and he said he would help. So Dave has been great to work with, and as is Austin Hardison, so we want to thank them. And before we go any further, let me introduce the gentlemen that I have with me. Two very esteemed Forest Hills School District administrators, Mike Broadwater, the Assistant Superintendent of Forest Hills School District, and Dan Hamilton, the Sherwood Elementary Principal. You guys want to say a couple words?
Sure, I'll hop in, and thanks for calling me esteemed. I appreciate that. But I hope everybody's enjoying their pod parties and having a great evening. We thank you so much for being here with us. Anytime the foundation asks me to do anything, as much as they do for our kids and for our staff, I'm all in. And I hope everybody's all in tonight, has a great time. I know our Split the Pot's rocking and rolling right now. So just thanks to Dee and the Forest Hills Foundation for everything they do for our kids. And we've certainly pivoted a lot this year, and the foundation has been instrumental in how we've been able to do that. So thanks for inviting me. Dan?
All right, and I echo a lot of what Mike has said tonight, that the foundation has been incredible. I've been a resident of this Anderson Township for 20 years, had some kids go through the district, and I've been able to see and experience what the foundation has done. So glad to be here tonight, glad to be a part of it. Hope everybody has a great time.
Well, thank you both. I go back with these gentlemen a long way, actually. Well, Dan and I was PTA president at Maddox Elementary when Dan had his first assistant principal job at Maddox Elementary. So
And Dee was fantastic, all right?
Thank you.
I'll say that.
Yeah. Was that 30 years ago, right there?
Yeah, just the other day.
Just the other day.
Quite a while ago. And then I met Mike his very first day at Anderson High School.
Yep.
We were shooting a video, a freshman orientation video, and I came in and said, "Oh, you're the new principal. You want to be in our video?" And he said yes. What was your line? Do you remember your line, Mike?
I'm Mike Broadwater, and I approve of this message, I believe.
It was an election year, so he had a big line in our video. So
Yep.
thank you both. So now we have these two esteemed administrators with us, but now let's hear from our superintendent. We have a short video from our superintendent,
Good evening,
Scott
everybody.
Preble.
I'm Scott Prebles. I'm superintendent of the Forest Hill Schools, and I'm really glad you could be with us this evening at this event. The Forest Hills Foundation is an absolutely wonderful organization filled with great people who do great work on behalf of the students of this school district. You know, before I get started with my brief comments, I want to thank Kim Maurer, who is the president of the organization, for all of her work. I'd also like to thank the executive board that Kim works with, a number of people who live throughout our community who are dedicated to the best interest of our students, and we see that in the funds that they raise and in the initiatives that they provide for our students. Also, Dee Stone, without question, we need to thank Dee for all of her work. She does a fantastic job as the executive director, and our partnership is wonderful. And so, Dee, thank you very much for all of your work. This organization has raised more than $1.6 million in 12 years. That is phenomenal. And all of those dollars, most of those dollars, are used to fund student initiatives in our buildings. Many things like Destination Imagination, our after-school tutoring program, transportation for students at Nagel. Last year, the Forest Hills Foundation raised $60,000 for wellness initiatives, and they provide for the district and for the students of the district a therapist, and they want to continue to do that again this year to help students with that social emotional side of the school day that is so important. And so we thank them very much for that work, because it is meaningful work for our students. And this summer, given the COVID situation, the foundation was asked by me personally if they would donate or contribute $27,000 towards equipment that would be used in our virtual academy to ensure that we could continue to have quality education across the board in all of our courses that we offer at the high school. To do this, we need to stream those lessons to students at home. To do that, we needed equipment. We needed cameras, we needed laptop devices, and we needed microphones. The foundation stepped up and they provided all of those things for us. It is a phenomenal organization, and your participation in this evening's event gives you an opportunity to be a part of that, and a very important part of that. Forest Hill School District is an unbelievable, good, quality school district. The foundation is an unbelievable, quality, good organization filled with good people. Your contribution this evening will not only help the organization, but it will help our students. And at the end of the day, we can't ask for anything more. Thank you very much. Thank you for anything that you are able to contribute. Forest Hills is a great place, thanks to you and many others in our community who support our kids. Have a great night.
Thank you, Scott. We appreciate that. Scott touched on the two. I keep getting, okay, does that sound better? Okay, sorry. Scott touched on the two buckets that we will raise money for this year, the mental health initiatives and technology. And we'll hear a little bit about both of those from Dan and Mike here in a few minutes. But before we do that, I want to thank all of our sponsors. You'll see all the logos will be appearing behind me in a few minutes. Mercy Health, Wellington Orthopedics, Zika Homes, Park National Bank, Amy B. Sells, Brandy Core, Gardner Business Media, Map Your Show, Fork Bank, Energy Alliance, ME Lions YMCA, and UBS Financial Services. Thank you so much to our sponsors. We couldn't do what we do without your support, so we're so grateful for you. And in fact, let's watch a short video next from one of our new sustaining sponsors.
Hi, I'm Amy Broghammer, and I recently decided to become a sustaining sponsor of the Forest Hills Foundation because I too believe in investing in success. I am, probably like a lot of you, a resident of Anderson Township. I've got 2 kids in Wilson Elementary. We are involved in the Economic and Development Committee. And I also am the founder of a small business, Amy B. Sells Real Estate, brokered by eXp Realty right here in Anderson Township. And I know from my experience and years in the real estate industry that the schools are the foundation of value and sustainability in a community. It is so important that our schools are strong and they have what they need to do amazing things with the kids, because when our schools are strong, it produces strong and healthy children, and it keeps our property values high and strong and allows our whole entire community to thrive. I tell you what, I was super inspired and impressed by the Forest Hills Foundation back in March when we went into pandemic mode, and they supported and rallied around the kids that needed food on a daily basis for lunch. It was just amazing, and I wanted to be a part of giving more to the Forest Hills Foundation when I saw how quickly they get into action and they support the schools. So I am super proud to be a part of this organization and to have given a substantial donation to help the teachers with their needs, to help the kids with additional technologies, with tutoring, and with mental health education and awareness, which is so very important right now. The Forest Hills Foundation is doing an amazing job of putting these programs together and supporting the Forest Hills School District in every way possible. And I am super proud and honored to be a part of that. And I know that because the Forest Hills Foundation is able to supplement the district where their budget ends and we can continue these programs for our kids and our teachers, that is going to be the difference for our community and to make sure that Anderson Township continues to thrive. So join me in making a substantial donation to the Forest Hills Foundation so that they can help our kids, our schools, and our teachers continue to be enriched and thrive. Thank you.
Really not much more to say after that. So now it's time to open the bidding. So hopefully you already have your bidding open, the text you received, there's the bidding link. If you're pre-registered, you should have received the text with the bidding link. If you're just now looking at the bidding page, you will notice that there are no silent auction items this year. We decided we were uncomfortable, we didn't want to burden our local businesses with asking them for donation items. So this year's bidding is strictly raise the paddle, that we're just asking you to raise your paddle and donate to do what you can to support our Forest Hill students. So please go to your phone now and raise your virtual paddle. We can also, we have a split the pot, and you can do that too, that's right on there. The split the pot right now is at $1,312.50. So if you want to take part in that, that's on the bidding page. And as you know, those of you who are hosting parties, there is a competition to which party can raise the most funds, and we will be doing shout outs to some groups as the bidding comes in. So if you don't have the bidding link and want to donate directly to the Forest Hills Foundation, you can go to our website at fhfd.org and click the donate button. But right now, let's get started. This is a fundraiser. So we're starting the bidding. We have the two buckets, the mental health initiative or technology. We're starting the bidding at $5,000. And while you're trying to find your bidding links and everything, we're going to talk to Dan and Mike about how mental health initiatives are important for our students this year, especially in the environment we're in right now. So you guys can just speak to that.
Sure, I'll go ahead and hop in, and I know all of us have our own children, and we know what society is kind of throwing at our kids right now in regards to social media and with COVID and everything. Now, more than any other year, our students are going to struggle a little bit. I think kids do a lot better when they're with their peers and they're out playing, and it's great the extracurriculars have gone as well as they've gone, and so that's been a good thing. But the mental health this year is something that we are certainly keeping an eye on. And Dan at Sherwood.
I think I think all of us have been touched in some way, every community, our community along with all the surrounding communities. So there's a lot of need out there. And I think we've tried over the past couple of years to reach out to our community and our students and families and try to find out what the true needs are. So I think we've had some programs in place that have really supported I think where our kids are, where our families are. I think the foundation has been influential and critical in many ways at helping us to bring in things like some school-based mental health programs. So like Child Focus, bringing them to the buildings, supporting us so that we can make sure all 9 buildings have those mental health services has been huge. And I can speak from a ground level to see the families coming in and getting those services at the building level with the kids. Has been wonderful. That was something we didn't have before. And that also allows our counselors in the building to also service kids in the classroom in a much more efficient way. So it's been very far-reaching, the support that the foundation has had, especially with Child Focus in general. It's been important.
Thank you both. And I just got word, we did have our first $5,000 bidder.
All right.
The Crowley Big Ash Group came in for a $5,000 donation, so now they are in the lead. So the gauntlet has been thrown down. So we're going to have someone in, a group in for $5,000. If you want to, if there's anybody else that's up for the $5,000, now's the time. So, but as Scott mentioned in his video, he asked us for the $27,000 to fund cameras and microphones. And Scott asked for that. We said yes, knowing we would be raising that money tonight. So we are trying to raise that money as we speak. Can you speak, Mike, to what that money is being used for?
Absolutely. And the foundation was very receptive to what we were trying to do in the classroom at the secondary level. If you don't know, at Anderson and Turpin, the virtual academy, those students that are not attending in person, what we are doing is having our teachers deliver the instruction, and you could call it a synchronous way, which they're using camera and a mic that the foundation has provided the funding for, so that the students that are at home can really learn at the same time as the students are in the classroom. We also have staff members that are doing asynchronous teaching, which means that the students are going to get on at a later time and go through and see a recorded video or something that happened in class and the instruction from the teachers. So the technology that the foundation provided that Scott had asked for has been instrumental in what we're doing at the secondary level, particularly, but also as it filters down to the other levels. And so the biggest thing I think I would say that this has allowed our teachers to do is stay in contact with our kids and continue to develop a relationship in a live manner, and being able to hear with the masks on, and tonight we're 6 feet apart, but when the teachers have the mask on, sometimes it's hard to hear, so those microphones really help the kids. And so that's a tribute to the foundation. It has impacted classroom instruction tremendously.
Okay. I just got word. Okay, now we're going to the thank you for the $5,000 level from the Big Ash and Crowley group. Our next level is $2,500, and I've just been told that we already have a donor at the $2,500 level. The Hubner group is in at the $2,500 level.
Yeah.
We're looking for the $2,500 level right now. If anybody wants to come in at the $2,500 level, we'd love to have you. $2,500 pays for a lot of cameras and a lot of microphones. So we'd love to have you come in at that level. If you want to do that level, now's the time, please. We've been talking about the technology at the high school level, the cameras and microphones. What's happening, Dan, with technology and remote learning at the elementary level?
And I have to tell you first, Dee, with having the microphone, I feel like I should break into song. But I think the idea, right, is to keep people on the call, and now you're rid of them. So, not been in front of the mic like this. I'm sorry.
Maybe at
All
the
right,
end, Dan.
maybe I can. So at the elementary level, a lot of what Mike said kind of applies to the elementary as well. We worked really hard this year to set up the virtual academy with our students as well. It's kind of like setting up a 10th school to get it ready to go. And so we've been working really hard to make sure that those students have the right kind of technology so that once again they can stay connected with our teachers they can have the experience that they should have coming through the Forest Hill School District. The other part of that is making sure that our teachers have the right training and the right technology to also continue to connect with them as well. So we've been focusing a lot on making sure that the families at home have that. We've been able to do that for the most part, but we're starting to see some needs that are popping up.
Great, thank you, Dan. Okay, any other donors, Tina, that we need to know about?
Not yet.
Okay. Come on, folks, it is a fundraiser. Let's start pressing those buttons. Now we're going to move to the $1,000 level, or you can still go back up. That's okay. Just because we're moving to $1,000 doesn't mean you can't go back up. So at the $1,000 level, our goal, technology goal, is not only to support remote learning, but we've also wanted to support robotics and esports. Mike, can you tell us a little bit about esports, which is a new program that was introduced last year?
Sure. Esports is really an up-and-coming sport. It's going to be an extracurricular here before we know it. There's a lot of colleges out there that offer college scholarships. We had some of our Forest Hill students that participated last year did receive scholarships. And what it is, it's esports, and it sounds like video games, but it's much, much more. It's also learning graphic design, marketing, different things like that. It began, Troy Spitzmuller is a teacher at Anderson High School, and he had students coming in after the day, and they started to develop this love for the esports. And Adam Samuels, who works in our central office, who's does a great job, really kind of hopped on, and Brian Prophet at Wilson, and really started to do a lot for our kids and develop the program. But obviously, when you have an esports program, you need technology. And so the funding for the technology, the Forest Hills Foundation jumped in and helped out tremendously so that our kids could participate. And we're talking about students that really have a passion for what they're doing. And the thing that I would say, Adam Samuels, I asked him, who he runs it, kind of what he would give for a summation in the one sentence. I'm going to read it so I don't mess it up, because I think it's very important for what it means to our kids. And he said, at the end of the season, many students expressed participating in this opportunity led to a renewed love and excitement for being at school. It made them feel like they belonged for the first time by having a place at their school. And the students also had many other testaments. So it's something that, without the help of the foundation, it's not growing as fast as it's grown. We have had stories on Channel 9 and Channel 12. We've been in Cincy Magazine. We are, what I would say, at the forefront of esports, and it's going to provide a lot of opportunities for our kids. And I do want to say thanks to Adam and Troy and Brian for doing this without pay. They're doing it for the passion of the kids and getting them involved in the esports. And the foundation has been instrumental in providing the technology and the support that we need. So thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Yay. Love esports. Yay. Okay, Dan, can you tell us what kind of robotics and coding is happening at the elementary level?
So we've, thanks to the foundation, a number of years ago, we were fortunate enough to engage in the program Project Lead the Way. And so that project created a lot of STEM opportunities for our students as they were coming through our learning centers and working in the media in that way. A lot of the kits were purchased by the foundation, and this allowed our students to kind of really dig into some of the problem solving, the critical thinking when you're looking at robotics and coding. We also have other things at the elementary level where we work with things like Ozobots, those kinds of things, where the kids are coding and practicing this throughout their media center time as well. We also have a majority of clubs and things at each of the elementaries. They might look a little different, but we're providing a lot of extracurricular kinds of opportunities too that have been available the last few years. So it's growing and it's ever changing, but there are some opportunities out there.
Great. Thank you very much. I remember a few years ago, one of the teacher grants the foundation supported was a robotics club at Wilson Elementary, and those kids then went on to form their own club at Nagle. So that we were very excited to have been able to support that. So how are we doing?
Split the pots at $14.75.
Okay, split the pots at $14.75. If you want to donate on split the pot, we're going to be closing that soon. So if you want to do a split the pot, you need to get your money in now.
Our next level is 500, so we're asking for $500 now.
Now we're at the $500 level. If you want to donate $500, please, now is the time to donate. hard to hear me.
Okay, you want
Yeah.
to switch?
Let me get my mask on. Oh, take it, okay. 1 second. Oh, switching? I don't know. I'm being told, oh, yes, you can hear me way better now, can't you? I don't think that mic was on at all. I'm sorry. So if you had trouble hearing me, technical issues. That's what happened. Okay, this reminds me of Destination Imagination. We have Destination Imagination teams at all of our schools, and now we're at the $500 level. But Destination Imagination is actually a $250 level. But $500 donors, donate now. But Destination Imagination is a program we have at the elementary level, and I'm going to let Dan speak to that because I have a story about Destination Imagination, though. It's you kids do a little program, and they practice, and they're given us a problem to solve, and they practice. And sometimes they have technical issues. So one of this, it was a second grade team, I think, from Air Elementary. They had this whole video, and they got up there, and it didn't work. So it was a technical issue. We teach our kids to think on their feet, and this young second grader stood up and said, well, we're having technical issues. So this is what the video would have said, and they did the whole video. So Destination Imagination teaches kids to think on their feet. So
That's right. Yeah, Destination Imagination has been great for the kids at the elementary level. We've had teams for a number of years, and it's grown over the years. We started, I know at Sherwood I can speak to it, we struggled to get one team back when it first started, and we had multiple teams over the past couple of years. Destination Imagination is set up where a group of kids get together and they select a problem to solve. Typically it's STEM related, and then they have to critically think about it, put together a presentation or some sort of performance, and then competitively present this to a specific group. Okay. And so the kids do get an opportunity to apply their knowledge, to really build upon the experiences they've had in our classrooms in a way that really kind of just furthers their experiences with what they've been engaging in the classroom. So it's been great. And the best part about this too is we have staff members that are also coaches, but we have families. We have a lot of parents who are coaches too. So it's not just about kids, it involves the whole parents or the whole families a lot of times. So it's a far-reaching program.
Yeah. Great. So, so now we're at the $250 level. Oh, we did have quite a few. Okay, we're still at the 500. We did have quite a few $500 donors. Thank you to those that have donated $500. Do we have a total from the parties? Do we have any totals from the parties? Are we keeping?
Right now, the Big Ash group is in the lead.
The Big Ash group is still in the lead. Do we have a second place group?
And our second place is the Huebner group.
The Huebner group is in second place. And so thank you both. Thank you both for that. We appreciate it. So the $500 donors, if you want to make a $500 donation, please do that now. At $250, $250 is the next level. $250 pays for a Destination Imagination team. Destination Imagination will look different this year, but at the $250 level, we are able to fund one team. It's going to be done virtually this year. It's going to be way different, but we still will be doing that program this year if anybody's interested.
So you can read off the people who donated 500.
Okay, the people who've donated 500, we have the Floras, the Altonaus, the Gillards, and Gilligans. So thank you very much for that. And Lion also. Appreciate that from our $500 donors. And we have $250 donors also. Okay.
Real quick.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Okay, so anything else you want to talk about while we're waiting for these donations to come in? Anything you guys want to mention?
Well, I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, can we hear him?
Yeah. I was hoping Dan was going to start singing. This is the time.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think maybe if people start bring the donations come in, maybe Mike can sing the Anderson Fight song. How about that? Maybe we can. Yeah, I don't know. I won't put him on the spot, but. No, I
Well,
think
you know
it's,
the Turpin pipe. Dan has 3 kids that went to, well, 2 that graduated from Turpin. He has a daughter at Turpin now.
daughter at Turpin now, 2 that have gone through the system and are now in college.
He
so.
has Buckeyes.
That's right, 2 Buckeyes.
Yes, he has Buckeyes. Yeah.
Yes.
Go Bearcats. There we go. There we go. I knew that'd make him happy. So, okay, at the $250 level, do we have some people I can announce? Gina? Thank you. Thank you. $250, we have Wood, Bushman, Henkels, Triggs, Hunzigers, Gillards, Triggs twice, Rozanovic. Thank you all at the $250 level. We're thrilled with those donations. That funds a lot of DI teams. Thank you so much. And we did, just to, so you know, we did have some donors that put their money in earlier. I know we had $500 from Mackey and $500 from Papoy earlier. So we're very grateful for that. So now it's time to split the pot. We're going to split the pot in 1 minute.
No, we are.
Yes, we are, because we're winding down. We're closing split the pot in 1 minute because we're announcing the winner.
Okay, so split the pot is at $3,000 right now.
Split the pot is at $3,000. If you want half of that, get your money in now because we're closing it in 1 minute.
Good to know, good to know.
1 minute.
Oh, I need like 3 minutes to get in there. Hold on.
Okay, we're closing it as soon as she can get in there and close it out. So if you get a little longer than 1 minute, that's good. $3,000, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
So somebody's going to walk away with a pretty good amount of money.
Going away with $1,500.
Somebody's walking away with $1,500. That's awesome. So, and we will do that. We're doing a randomization, however we're doing. It's randomized picking. So we usually throw them in a pot and pick it out, but we're not doing that this year. Remember, it's all virtual.
Technologically randomized.
That's right. That's right. So we have 1 more minute. So in the meantime, we still, remember, we're funding mental health initiatives. We're funding a school-based therapist from Child Focus. We did that last year. And just so you know, last year, the whole program was called Eliminate the Wait. We wanted to eliminate the wait. We didn't feel that it was right that kids that needed to talk to somebody had to wait to see a therapist. I mean, you know, they need to see someone, and we were saying, well, we can see you in 2 weeks. That is not okay.
And
So
that happened.
I
mean,
know
that
it
really
happened.
happened.
Yes,
So, I mean,
it-
the kids are getting in, they're seeing us. It was well worth the money.
So now we eliminated the wait. So applause to us. Applause to everyone who donated last year. We raised $60,000 very quickly last year to pay for that school-based therapist. And we're decided, especially right now, we cannot, you know, that was a 1-year obligation, but we thought, okay, we need to continue that for this year of all years, because we know that there's some students that might be struggling. We wanted to make sure that all schools had access to a child-focused, school-based therapist. So we're continuing that. And then our other bucket is the technology.
Yep.
So technology again.
If I jump in, the Hope Squad at the high schools
yeah,
have
thank you.
been a tremendous avenue for our kids. What we're trying to do is eliminate the stigma of mental health and let kids really have open conversations. And the Hope Squad, thank you. And the Hope Squad at the high schools really have done just a great job of allowing our students to have real, genuine conversations about mental health and eliminating the stigma, and also putting a lot of our kids in a leadership position because we have Hope Squads at the high schools. And so anytime you can put kids in a leadership position, I think it helps their mental health as well. So kudos to the foundation and for the high schools for really getting that going. And it's a great program. I read the other day from a University of Cincinnati sociologist said there's a significant decrease in the stigma of mental health at districts that offer the Hope Squad. So it's a great program. So kudos.
Yeah, so we have Hope Squads at both high schools, and then last year we introduced it at Nagel, and it'll be going at Nagel this year. Okay, so split the pot is
Closes in 1 minute.
okay. Now you have 1 minute. We lied. It took that long to, again, it's technology. Yep.
Let me update my sheet real quick.
Okay, this is Gina, everyone. Gina is our, don't look at her. She doesn't want you to look at her. Okay, so now we did 250. Now we're in for 100. Who's in for 100? We're at the $100 level. And those of you that are at the small pod parties, now come on, hosts. It's time to get your people to bid. If you're at a small pod party, let's get everybody in on the bandwagon so that we can raise those totals, so we can announce who is the best, who's the most money raised. But while we are waiting, it's time to, Kay, who's our best theme winner?
The Schmitz family. The Schmitz. S-C-H-M-I-T-Z.
All right, and so the big theme winner, the winning small pod party host, gets the big-ass beer bucket that includes 2 beer for a year cards, a big-ass T-shirt, 1 growler with a growler fill, 2 pint glasses, and 2 stickers. To be entered, hosts had to text us a picture of their party, and people got very creative. It was a hard choice, but the winner is the Schmidt Party. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the Schmitz party, correct? Schmitz. Okay. Thank you. So there's the first winner of the night. And we have our $100 donors: Mullins, Du Bois, Jackson, Maring, Mort, Noah, Brinker, and Harvey's. Sorry, it's hard to read some of the writing. So if we missed you, we're sorry, but we appreciate every dollar that's being donated. So now we've done the big theme, and to be entered, how we picked the best theme is they were texting us pictures of their party. So that's how we know what the themes look like. So thank you for that. Again, it's all virtual. Now do we have the split the pot winner?
Give me a minute.
Okay, 1 more minute.
I got a calculator.
Who wants to talk?
I could.
Dan?
I mean, you give me a mic, I'll talk all night long. So this is great.
That's what they say about you. So you know.
So I know Stacy Gillard's at home right now saying, yes, that's true. My PTO meetings last forever because you talk way too much. So I get it. So I was just going to say, what year did the foundation start? I mean,
We set our first board in 2008.
2008. So I am old enough and been here long enough that I've been here longer than the foundation.
Yes,
I know
you
with
have.
my youthful appearance, my gray hair gives me away, I'm sure. But I can tell you, seeing what's happened, over the years, from the inception of this to now, there's so much good that's come out of this. So it's nice that people are supporting it and donating and helping it, because there's some good programs that are meaningful for kids. It's great to see.
Well, thank you. Yep. And I wanted to recognize some people we have down here. We are in a big room when we're all social distance, but we have Randy Smith, who actually started the foundation many, many years ago, and he was on the board. He's here with us tonight, so thank you, Randy. It's all thanks to Randy that all this is happening, so thank you very much, Randy. No. So thank you very much. And we have Bill Lyons, who is our past president. He was our president last year, 3 years running. 3, I think, 3. He's our past president now. He's down here with us tonight at our little small pod. And we have Gina Crowley, who's been on our board for, 4 or 5 years, I think. So, wow. And she always is co-chair of the soiree, so she's here. We're thrilled to have her because Gina is very good about getting this stuff running. Thank you. And we have Kay Castlebrinker, who's a board member who's taking care of all of our little social media stuff tonight. So thank you so much, Kay. So the split the pot. Woo! So they get $1,050. I thought it was $3,000.
It went up. No, 3,000, we collected 3,100, they get half.
Right.
Half of 3,100 is, 15.
It's 15, yeah.
My bad, I
Yeah.
can't do math.
Okay, I was like, wait, you're mathing.
bad, my
Okay,
bad.
yeah. No, look, she is in finances. Oh, yeah, what is your field? Okay, never mind.
Because I got a new check clear because I don't do finance for a living.
So
So since I don't do finance for a living,
they're 1550.
use a calculator.
1550 is what
1550.
1550 is what the winners are get. The winners are Todd and Laura Surkamp. So wherever you are, Todd and Laura, you just won $1,550. Woo-hoo! Good for you. That was worth your 25 bucks right there.
Sure, yeah.
So now, let's find, okay, now we did split the pot. Gina, which group? We're about ready to wrap this thing up. We're at the $50 level. If you haven't donated yet and didn't do the split the pot, we're at the $50 level. If you want to donate $50 real quick, we will keep this open.
It's open till tomorrow.
It's open till tomorrow, but we're keeping it open. But right now, we would like to announce the most money raised group. So the most money raised group goes to Big Ash Groups. That $5,000 at the beginning. That $5,000 at the beginning really helped them. So the Big Ash Group gets $5,000. They will receive the Johnny's soft serve mobile truck, which is an awesome gift. So we've had that a few years at our soiree. So that's it for all of our prizes. But before we sign off, I want to thank our foundation, Forest Hills Foundation Board of Directors. We have a board of very dedicated parents, alumni, and community members, and they are always willing to share their time, talent, and treasures. We want to thank our Social Distancing for Success Committee, Gina Crowley, Jay Berliner, Jenny Gavin, Tony Moore, and Kay Castlebrinker. And we want to thank Dave Emery from Big Ash Brewing for allowing us to be here. Okay, including sponsorships, we did tonight, and this is an impressive number, people. I am leaving here a very happy person. We are at $59,255. So thank you all. It's been a great evening, and enjoy the rest of your party. And I'm signing out. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks for being a part of it.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
everybody, for all the donations for our kids. It goes straight to our kids. The last thing I would say is Dee is always very humble, but Dee Stone is unbelievable, and she's tireless in what she does for our kids. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Over and out. Bye, everybody.